And this is Q&A Comics talking about Oliver Twist the book. I already talked about Oliver and Company, which got me curious to read Oliver Twist to see how much of Oliver and Company, how much of that the actual story made it into Oliver and Company. And let's just say, it was a granule, a few granules, a few grains of the story got into this thing. A few granules of that story got into the Oliver Company because it was so epic. The Oliver Twist book. The story was so epic. Did you know? There's lots of fun facts here. Did you know that Oliver Twist saying, "Please, sir, I want some more," was not something he thought of himself? Okay. The boys in this horrible place they were living in actually drew lots, and he got the short stick. He got the short straw or whatever. No, so he was the one that said it, and there was actually a uproar about it because basically it wasn't just because they were mean. This was the people feeding them weren't just mean. Okay, there was an actual diet in place, enforced by some losers, by the losers that owned these places, right? That basically said you could only have, a person could only have this much per meal, per whatever, and to ask for more was like spitting in the face of that. Flying and spitting in the face of that, and they were just freaked out about it. It was like, how dare he say that? Oh my goodness, how can you be so selfish? The kids are like all thin and malnourished, and I'm like, what the hell? It was terrible. It was terrible. It's like they're freaking out. They put him in the shed, and then they finally decide, make a reward of like 5 pounds to whoever wants to take him off their hands to be like an apprentice or something like that. It was crazy. It finally ran to this. There was a chimney sweep who was like the worst guy ever, who basically threw him, had them get into chimneys, and sometimes they got stuck. It was not good. Sometimes the kids got stuck, so it was bad. Bad for the children. And then it's like, it's like, no. Oh, we were begged not to go. And then thankfully there was a cool guy as one of the magistrates who was like, okay, yeah, he doesn't seem to want to go with you, man, so sorry. He's like, dang it. Then they found this undertaker, and that was kind of a good idea. What happened to that guy? Kind of a good idea, because he got more food, even though it was like, the worst parts of the animal, but still, more food. Problem was, he ran to this loser named Noah Claypole and his silly girlfriend, Charlotte, and of course the Undertaker's silly wife as well, evil wife as well. So that was some crazy stuff right there. I'm trying to remember. I just finished reading the book, so I don't remember what happened to Noah Claypole. Let's see here. Alright, let me just read something here. Let me just get a little reading in here. Yeah, he basically, Charles Dickens basically went at the end, just hooked it up real nice. Let me see here. Claypole. Let me see here. Free pardon from the crown. And the approver against Fagin, considering that his was not altogether as safe one as he could wish, was for some time has lost the means of livelihood, not burdened with too much work. After some consideration, he went into business as an informer. His colony realized it to genteel substance. His plan is to walk out once a week during church time, attended by Charlotte, in respectable attire. The lady faints away in the doors of charitable publications. Charitable publicans. Gentleman being clean with 3 pennies worth. Need to restore her. Well, he's never home. Hmm? Oh. Wait, so yeah, basically, yes. He was, Noah Claypole, first of all, was being a huge bully to Oliver, talking bad about his mom, his mom who, like, died right after giving birth to him. And then it was like, he basically went too far Oliver went Spock from Star Trek went Spock from Star Trek on him, so like young Spock from Star Trek on him, so 2006 on him, so yeah, it was not good for Noah. But then Charlotte came in and went Lady Deathstrike on Oliver, so that was bad. And then the Undertaker's wife locked him in the cellar and locked him in the cellar after making the Undertaker spank him and stuff. It was not good. It was not good. And then when he found a chance, he actually escaped and everything. It's great. It's epic. It's epic. Escaped, walked for days to London, from his little town that he was born into, London, the biggest place, like New York, basically like New York. And then that when he ran into the Artful Dodger and Fagin and all these other guys, and then he started to learn that they were then sent to pickpocket some dude who's reading a book in front of a book stand, right? Artful Dodger and this is his friend Charlie Bates, who was he mentioned? Been all company? I don't know. They tried to pickpocket this guy and succeeded. And basically, here's the deal. So there are a few things that are different nowadays than they were back then. Back in the day, of course, handkerchiefs were of great importance because, of course, they were made of silk. So they were worth a lot. Some people would try to take those too. Like, whoa. And he's like, he's like, Oliver's like freaking out about, this guy getting robbed, So he starts running off. And one guy's like, hey, he's like, actually, he's getting robbed. So basically, he tries to run away from these two guys, Artful Dodger and Charlie Bates, as they're running. Because he's like, hey, wait a minute, you're picking, like, hey, what are you doing? I'm like, why are you taking my handkerchief? Someone stole my handkerchief. Someone's handkerchief. Sees Oliver running off. It's like, hey, come back. That was crazy. That was crazy. It's a crazy going on. Stuff. Lots of crazy going on. So it was a weird thing. I would really like to see a movie about this. I gotta find out if there is one, because oh my goodness, there's so much crazy stuff in here. So many great characters. Let me see. And that guy that he was accused of pickpocketing would soon become a very important figure in the story. I'll not spoil the ending or spoil things for much for you and everything, but it's awesome. That dude is awesome. Let's just say that dude is one of the coolest dudes ever. Anyway, later he gets to meet Sykes, who's like the worst of all. They go do a robbery. They're going to go do, break into some people's house, right? And he's at gunpoint here. Oliver is at gunpoint, is being forced at gunpoint to help them break into this house. And there's like a crossfire, and he's caught between it. He gets hit, and one caught between it. It's crazy. Oh my goodness, so much crazy stuff in there. So much crazy stuff in that thing. But the people that were defending the house do become cool, awesome people too. It's cool. Oh, man. Wow. Such an awesome story. But what is the worst? I had to say, the worst. That was the bad. What is the worst? Oh. There was one. I don't know, because Nancy. What happened to Nancy? That, of course, we already knew from the movies. Some of the movies you saw that. Unless, of course, except for Oliver and Company. Well, if that girl's named Nancy, I haven't seen the movie in a little bit of time. I haven't seen the movie in a little bit of time, alright? But, yeah, the Nancy from the book. did not fare so well, so just needed to fake it, but still, you know, yeah, crazy stuff, just crazy stuff. But anyway, let me think. Oh yeah, Nancy was actually pretty awesome. It was pretty interesting in the book because basically she was put on a good show when they found him later. He had run off. He was able to escape from them for a while. They had found him later. Nancy worked for Fagin. Fagin, or Dodger also worked for Fagin. So basically, the article said, they go, where's and Oliver, Fagin was like, where's what happened? At the situation, he ran off during that situation. Actually, yeah, he was caught. During that situation where he was trying to take that guy's, where the Arvell was trying to take that guy's pocket and take his handkerchief, and so he got caught and eventually was released and escaped from these guys. So basically, eventually was released and did not go back to the Arvell Dodger and take it and them. So what happened was he sent Fagin sent Nancy out to find out where he was. Eventually, she did find him. And just pretended that he was running away from an honest goodness family and everything, and it was terrible. That was like, the basics for their contact. She did, however, defend him when she brought him back. Fagin was going to, going to spank him. Going to spank him. Going to get him. Going to punish him for that, but Nancy tried to defend him against it and stop him from doing so. Of course, she was not strong enough to overpower Fagin and Sykes, so it was not good. Like, whoa. I just didn't go over well at all. It was there. Problems there. But she tried, and then she was instrumental in helping Oliver out at the end. It was great. It was awesome. But what's the worst? Oh yeah, there was another character in the story that was mostly just along for the ride, but had a bad end as well. That would be Sykes' dog. Sykes' dog. I don't know why he did this. Charles Dickens did this, but when Sykes met his end, Sykes got his punishment, right? The dog died. The dog freaked out and died horribly. I'm like, what? Why? Fell, jumped out, tried to get it. You all know Sykes dies, right? You all know that. But just like, what? And the dog tried to, still tried to be with Sykes even after the dude tried to kill him. Or, I don't know, but still, it's crazy. So I saw through that reality. I say, the dog sees that Sykes is dead, and it's like, yep, well, see ya, and runs off. And never heard from him again. Bye, peace out. Oh my goodness, there was several times when Sykes tried to kill that dog. So I'm like, why? I don't know. That was weird. But in the Pantheon, that, compared to the awesomeness of this story, is basically not much at all, It was a crazy story. But it was an awesome story. With an awesome ending, You need a good, awesome ending for a crazy story to make it awesome. Yeah, certain people should work on that. Transformers. Okay, yeah. Or what was it? I don't know. A bunch of different things. You guys got to work with that better. Like Oliver Twist. Woo. Now, at least, they're not a happy ending or, whatever, but, hopeful ending would be nice, So, well, everything's crap. There you go. That's the end. Like, what? Come on. So that's what, it's really awesome. I suggest you read it for yourselves, see what's going on, And maybe eventually, I got like one that was the old English terms in it because I wanted to get something that was like authentic. So I got the hard cover on that. Problem is, of course, and also would be less likely to be torn up by my the stuff in my backpack. Problem is, of course, it had the old English in there. There was lots of stuff in there that just was weird. A very flowery way of speaking, and. Way of speaking, and then there's like weird things like replacing V's with W's. I don't know, like a victim of like I don't understand that. Or whittles, as instead of victuals. I was like, what? That's weird. That's weird. Still awesome. Still figured it out. Figured out what's going on, basically. Still figured out what's going on, basically, and it was crazy. Oh my goodness. Yeah, shoot. So yeah, just sum up. The best would be the awesome epicness of the real, actual Oliver Twist story. That is more. That is way more. Because way more than Please Sir. May have some more. It was way more than that. Just way more than that, man. Oh my goodness. I was like, Please Sir, I have some more when I saw Oliver Company. So there you go. Oliver Company is like more. There is no more other than a few old, making those, and I like those. That's nice, but yeah. Wow. The worst would have to be what happens to certain characters that I didn't really think deserved it. Deserved to have that happen to. Of course, stuff that in real life, stuff that you doesn't lots of stuff happened to Oliver that I did not deserve. No, but still, I mean, still, it's not. That wasn't the end of the story. Now, was it? No. With Oliver, it was not the end of the story with him. But with the dog, it was. What the heck was that? It was crazy. So, man. But, minor character. Minor character. Yeah. Yeah. So, I'll see you next time. I'll talk about something else.